Hey, Motorman here, and this week I got just a quick video showing you a couple of mistakes. I'm going to show you in slow motion, stop action, and the reason I show these mistakes that riders make is, of course, not to make fun of the riders. I do this with their permission, is to show you the typical mistakes so that when you're practicing, if you make this mistake, you'll know exactly what happened. So let's go. Now watch this. This rider's in, we call the offset cone weave. It's quick left to right transitions, and I've thrown in a couple of circles. Now watch very closely here. This rider is trying to keep the bike as straight up as possible because that's what his instincts say to do. So of course, if the bike is straight up, you got to be around 5 miles an hour or below, and your turns are gigantic. Faster. Now he slows up, and then of course has to put his feet down. At 5 miles an hour or below, the force of gravity that wants to pull you to the ground is greater than the force pulling you forward. Let's watch it again in slow motion. Now here he's going through with a bit of a lean there, probably speed right around 6 miles an hour. Now he has to transition quickly from left lean to right lean, and notice now the bike is almost completely straight up. When it's straight up, it's very difficult to turn the motorcycle. So notice how big that turn is. It's probably about a 38 to 40 foot turn, and the bike turns at about 15 or 16 feet at its limit. So you can see by keeping the bike straight up, your turns have to be really, really big. Now he's about to enter the second gate, barely leaning at all, straightens up the motorcycle. He's looking at that green cone. He's staring at it instead of looking past it, and he's going so slow, he's got to put his feet down, otherwise the bike would just tip over. Now let's watch this rider who's doing very well, leaning the bike fine. His speed is excellent. In fact, he's trying to push his limits a little bit. Now I didn't get this on camera, but you could hear the peg scrape. What he did here, he pushed it a little too far and levered a tire off the ground. That's a rare occurrence at the class, but it is a mistake that happens. Luckily he was wearing a helmet because his head did hit the ground and the helmet saved him. Now we're going to show you, and this is probably you've seen this on YouTube 1,000 times, but I'm going to go through exactly how to pick up the motorcycle. First, we'll put the kickstand down. Oh, yeah. I get it. Now pull it to full lock with your left hand. Pull it to full lock with your left hand. That's your right. Now just butt against the seat and walk backwards until it stands right up. Keep going, keep going. Push it right over. It won't fall.
Well, there's a scraping on it.
Yeah, a little too much.
Yeah.
Notice this motorcycle has motorcycle drop guards, so the bike tips over, nothing happens to the motorcycle. 3/8 inches of steel. You could drop this 1,000 times and you'll never wear through the drop guards. Now, about an hour and 10 or 15 minutes into the class, we see major improvements with the riders. They're leaning more, they're getting more aggressive with their leans, with their head turns, and really that's all it is. This is where you want to get aggressive, in the parking lot, not out on the street. You get aggressive in the parking lot, the more aggressive you are, the quicker you'll pick up the techniques. And I don't expect perfection in this class. When the class is over, I don't expect them to be perfect riders. I expect them to be 3 times the riders they were when they started. But to be perfect, you got to continue to practice. That's all it is. If you don't practice, you revert right back to where you were, because these are perishable skills. And the special is, you get the Ride Like a Pro experience, the latest video, and Surviving the Mean Streets 2. Another great video, over 2 hours of instructions on USB thumb drive, so you can plug it right into your phone when you go to practice, or into your computer, or any place where you'd put your USB. Plus the book. And we're going to give you all these things with the practice guide for $59.90. It's on the website, or you can call 866-868-7433 to order. Order as soon as possible, because when they're gone, they're gone.